Welcome back, guys, to another Baz Vs Food Live Spicy Challenge. It's been a while, I know. Apologies for the light in the room. So yeah, what has been going on since the last Spicy Challenge? Not a lot, to be honest, apart from obviously doing my beer reviews. Not a lot else has been going on. If you follow my spicy food challenges, you should remember that the last one I done was with Chris's beer reviews, and it was the Carolina Reaper curry from Spice and Easy, their spice kit. And if you watched it, you would be aware that it was rather hot, and that I suffered afterwards. Literally within about 5 minutes of, shall we say, turning the camera off, it all come back up, which isn't good. I also done a video the following morning about the after effects of eating this Carolina Reaper, and I've got to say, I don't think my body was quite the same for about 2 weeks after it. So yeah, that was how that one turned out. And since then, I've had a little bit of spicy food, but I've never had any Carolina Reaper stuff since then. So I don't know what to expect now, because I suffered quite badly after eating that curry, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. If you're not someone who likes spicy food, maybe don't try and do it, because you will suffer the following morning. Also, what I had about a portion of that curry. It serves 2 portions, but I used about a portion for that video, and I tried eating the rest of it, I don't know, a couple of weeks later maybe, and it was unreal. It was unreal. If this was bad, the rest of it was even worse. I think I managed about 2 mouthfuls of it, and that was with rice and everything. It was just fucking unbearable. But anyway, you don't want to know about that, do you? You've come along to see me take on Iceland's Carolina Reaper beef kebabs, and there's 6 of them there. I have actually, I don't know if you can see the juice. I've got to be careful it don't all come off, but I did put, oh, look at that, I did put all the oil, well, not all of it, but drained a lot of the oil that had come out of these back over the kebabs. So we're trying to get intense heat here. I'm trying to get the most heat out of this as I can possible. As usual, with all of my spicy challenges, there is no beer at the side of me. Well, that's not strictly true. Sometimes there is a beer at the side of me in case I need it, but there isn't this time. It's sitting over there in the blade. So we've got some zipper in the blade if I do find it a bit too much hard work. So yeah, the kebabs are here. I'm here. You're here watching. So you don't want me fucking rabbiting on and all this rubbish, do you? You want me to eat some food. So any of you out there, if you want to say hello, you don't have to. It's up to you. Crack a beer and watch some old ginger sweaty man get some food down him. So there we go. There's the kebabs. I've probably overcooked them a bit. It does say about grilling, but I put them in the oven and just guessed with the time. So if I don't have a sore bum from bloody the heat, I might have a sore bum from them not being cooked properly. Matthew Pierce, how are you, pal? Thank you for joining. Thomas is always there. You're a top man, Thomas. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all getting ready to have a beer as well. Death by Cocktail. Looking forward to seeing how you go with these. I fancy trying them next week. Get them down, yeah. Well, there's the first mouthful of one. Not beer time, not yet. Come on, Thomas, get one down, yeah. There we go. Let's see what these are like. Bear with me, Kevin. I will be there. These are nice. These are nice. They were too hot for you, mate. You ate them, but they were a bit tender the next day. To be fair, you touch anything Carolina Reaper, I think anyone is going to have a bit of a sore bum in the morning. So, first mouthful. There is some heat there. They are spicy. There's no denying that. You've got to be a bit mad to eat this stuff, in all fairness. That mouthful was definitely hotter. Definitely got more Reaper in there. But taste-wise, these are really tasty. Nice, little bit of spice on the back of the throat there. Nice and meaty. And you do get that Carolina Reaper kick. And in all fairness, it's not so bad, personally, that you can't eat them. Yeah, as Kevin said, they're hot. They have got a bit of heat. They're not unbearable for me, personally. Don't you go on. Shut up, Scott. Yeah, they're not unbearable. How are you, mate? Anyway, hope you're well, pal. We did have a bit of a message today, didn't we? But, you know, I won't go on about that on live. Yeah, they're all right, these. In all fairness, £3 for 6 these are. I'm going to get a bit more oil on that one. Don't know what you can see. They're really tasty, though. And they do have a kick, because the old lips are starting to tingle a bit now. Inside of the mouth's warm. But, as I say, they're not unbearable. Don't worry, Scott, I won't be dying in 30 seconds, mate. I think you've got a live on anyway, have you, today? I'm not sure. Let me know. You might have. I'm not sure. Can't remember, to be honest. I struggle keeping up with Love a Good Troll. The thing is, that wasn't even on YouTube, Scott. So I don't know if you're just trolling me or you're on about the other bloke, but that was actually on Facebook. But, you know, just go away, isn't it? You know, that's kind of the attitude now. Got to scroll down. Matthew Pierce, he's on the Pineapple Express on Perfect Draft. Funny enough, Matthew, I've got a keg of that in as well on the Perfect Draft. Done a couple of beer reviews before, and while I was in the bath, having a quick bath, as you do, I had a quick cheeky Pineapple Express. So yeah, so I could be on that again afterwards. I will be doing a couple more beer reviews, eh? So, if anyone out there has been in Iceland recently, because I haven't been, this was a while ago I picked these up. I haven't been in there lately, so I don't know if there's any new Carolina Reaper stuff. I'm sure it would have been up on YouTube by now if there was. But yeah, if there isn't, let me know. As for these kebabs, oh, the old spice is starting to get to the back of the throat. But these are well and truly manageable. A definite challenge. Where'd you get them from, Matthew? I think Thingy's done them, hasn't he? Real Ale Craft Beer, I think he's done them. But I don't tend to look for them myself, you know. Bear with me. Ah, that's it, yeah. Scott will always troll me. Scott will always troll me. God, do you know what? I'll just chuckle at that comment, Scott, but I know exactly where you're coming from. I'll tell you what, Scott, I've not had any interest in any overspicily food, overspicily food. I just don't think I thought about it, to be honest. That's how much maybe that last challenge must have done to me, I guess. But yeah, Mrs. has gone out tonight. She's gone round the daughter's house with the other daughter, so they're having that lady's chinwag rubbish thing going on. So I thought I'd bang out this review. So they were sitting in there, so I thought I'd do them. So here we are. Now, I'm eating away like a monster. I'm starving here. We're down to the last 2.5. So yeah, I am getting through them. The heat is building up, like I said. It's not, if you've got quite a good tolerance to sort of spicy stuff, these won't be too bad for you. Certainly you could add a bit of extra spice to it if you're a bit mad, but personally, they're all right. Be nicely kebab, actually. It's a shame I'm just sitting here eating the bloody things, really. So, Scott, spicy noodle reviews. I don't know. Is there any spicy noodles out there? I'm getting a bit of a sweat on, to be fair. I'm going on about. I'm saying they're not hot, but they are. They've got a bit of heat to them. I can't exactly say they're like void of any heat, but they are really bloody tasty. Scott, you must be running out of burgers now to do yourself, mate. So maybe you need to find some unbelievably hot, spicy burger or something to do yourself, pal. So, is there anyone out there actually having a beer apart from Matthew Pearce? He's on the Pineapple Express from the Perfect Draft. Great beer as well, I think. Are you enjoying that, Matthew? If you're still here, actually, not sleeping or saying, if you're still here, are you enjoying that? I think it's a cracking pint myself. I've got an answer for that, Scott. But I'm going to keep my views to myself, just in case the missus sees it. Not your missus, my missus. Scott's on the bud bar. Good man. That's what I like to hear. Easing yourself in gently, pal. How's that new room going for you? The new studio. Is it all working out all right? Ah. Kev's off the beer tonight. The Virgin Madrid Lager going the PD tomorrow. I quite like that, Kevin. I've got to admit, reviewed that. Pretty much that was one of my first beers that I reviewed. Remind me very much between a lager and a wheat beer. Unfiltered lager, isn't it? But yeah, I quite enjoyed that. It's not going to be to everyone's cup of tea, obviously, but yeah, you know, I think it's decent. Back bedroom, that's it. The back bedroom. I thought about disappearing when my missus goes back to work. She takes all her computers and that to using that, but I quite like this room. I've just got used to having it here now, so it'd be a shame not to. Well, it'd be a shame to move. I think I just think everyone's so used to sort of like what's here. So not long alone, but Vocation Imperial Curse waiting for you. That is an absolutely belting beer. That is top-notch stuff. Introduce the in-laws to that, and they're not ones that they'll buy German lager, they'll buy decent beers and that, but they're not ones for spending lots of money. But they often go out and pick some of them up. So it's obviously quite a decent beer. It must have impressed them. So this video was just, well, this live has just gone so quick. Look at that. 2 little mouthfuls left. Yes, yes. Of course it is, Scott. Bastard. Love you really, mate. Like holding the head. So, we are down to it. This challenge has been a piece of piss. Iceland's Carolina Reaper beef kebabs. They are spicy. They've got a bit of a heat kick to them. But in general, for me, they haven't been too bad. There's been heat there. That's about it. I've got a bit of a sweat on. I've not really struggled. I've eaten all 6 of them. So that's that. So there we go. Baz's live spicy challenge. This is a quick one for a change. Yeah. Yeah, this one is a quick one. You're not a bad lad, Scott. We get on sometimes. This has been a quick video. Would anyone like to see me incorporate a beer review in this now? Now the food's gone. I've obviously got 2 beers in the fridge to review. So if you'd like me to carry on and do a review in this, excuse me, Carolina Reaper beer. If anyone would like to see me do a review while I'm here. Oh. Excuse me, Scott's giving me shit here on here, talking away. Yeah, if you'd like to see me, tell me to say, either say, go away, we've had enough here, and let us get on with our weekend, or say, yeah, get a beer review on Baz, and let's just drag this on a little bit longer. So I think I've sussed something here. That's it. Look at that. I've sussed out how to do this on the last one. Matthew Pearce, not a fan of Tiny Rebel, to be honest. Find them all middle of the road. But it isn't bad to have on tap. No, in all fairness, I think their core range, Tiny Rebel's core range, is actually quite decent. They're good, solid beers. They don't blow your head off. Or I've got to admit, the Pineapple Express, I still really enjoy, still really love. And I do like the Club Tropicana. Cali Pal's nice enough. Trying to think what else is on. The Key Lime Lager is obviously out. I've not had that, but generally I tend to think their core range is a lot more solid sort of stuff. Scott wants me to get on the beer by the sounds of it. DBC, yeah, all right. Baz, what's the next beer I should get on PD? Scott, now, what's the next beer you should get on PD? Well, so obviously, I know you like IPAs, don't you, Scott? You're a big fan of IPAs. I actually think if you can get hold of it, Scott, because Wanda likes the stouts as well, I think maybe you should pick up the old Magic Rock. Which one is it? Magic Rock. Dark Art. Dark Art. Try that one. I'm not sure if you, or have you done that? You haven't done that, have you? You haven't done that, no. You've done the can. I recall you getting the can of it. So yeah, Scott, Dark Art's perfect draft. You and Wanda are both enjoy that. So yeah, I think that's worth doing. Ian wants me to get a beer out. So if you bear with me 2 seconds, I will get a beer out. Best thing you've had on perfect draft, Scott? Best thing I've had on perfect draft is hard. It's hard. Everyone keeps asking me that because obviously different styles. But you fucker, come on. Yes, all right. I'm getting there. Best thing I've had on perfect draft. Oh, God, it's hard. It is hard. It's hard. The best wheat beer on perfect draft, Frankie Royal. Best lager on perfect draft is hard. Spaten I like, or Spartan. Low and Brow I do like. I like the Oktoberfest versions. Hasseröder is a really decent Pilsner, I think. If you're looking at the Belgium ales, Left Brune is a belter. Left Ritual is a belter. La Trappe is a belting blonde ale. Quack is obviously a cracking one. IPAs, you've got Crew Republic IPA. That's a really good one. And you've got Goose Island, both very good IPAs. Crew Republic is a bit more Lagunitas, I would say, more heavier style. But yeah, there are some I've not had. The Kirsch Lager is a nice, easy drinking lager. What else have we got? We've got all sorts. If you want craft stuff, I love Club Tropicana. I love the Pineapple Express as well. And obviously, stout wise has got to be stout wise, there's only one stout in this, so it's got to be that one, hasn't it? So Scott's got to go. Call sign still coming to the wedding, Scott. I'm just waiting, you know, biding me time. We're still coming. As far as we know, we're still coming. Kevin loves dark arts as well. Don't blame me, Kevin. Frankie Royal, yes, without a doubt, the best wheat beer on Perfect Draft. So bear with me now. So poor old Scott's got to go. I'm going to put Kev's post up. So if you can bear with me, Kev, or all 5 of you, I'm going to go to the fridge. I'm going to get a beer, and we're going to do a live review now. So bear with me for 2 seconds, and I'll be back. As I said, I will be back. So what we've got coming up now, I actually uploaded 2 videos before this video started, the live started. So yeah, they were out of the Super Dad box that Courtney, my daughter, got me for Father's Day. 24 beers and all this, glass and socks and snacks. Spent a lot of money, but it's much appreciated. And what I've got coming up now is another one out of that box, and it's from Seven Brothers Brewery, and they're out of Manchester, if I am correct. I'm certain they are. And this is a can of their juicy IPA coming in at 5%, I believe. Can't see. Tell a lie, this one's coming in at 6%. I thought it was 5%, this one. So I don't know what you can see there. Is it too close? I don't know. Yeah, 330ml can, 6%. I'm going to try and read some of this malarkey off the back. Hazy, hoppy, fruity IPA, brewed with oats and torrefied wheat for a full body with a residual sweetness, then dry hop for tropical stone fruit and citrus aromas. So I think we've got a juicy number. It's going to have a decent body with a little bit of sweetness in the middle, maybe, and then really being hit with some tropical tastes. So yeah, there we go. Let's get this out the can, see what we get. I do like the artwork as well. I've had a couple of I've been on holiday. When did I go? Last year I went on holiday, believe it or not. Yeah, when we was allowed to go on holiday, which we were at a certain point. And we went from Manchester, and they have Seven Brothers stuff on tap in the pub. So I don't bother with all the fucking. You get Stella and all Becks and everything, don't you? Or if you want any craft beer, you can buy the bottles and that, and it just costs a fortune. You're better off getting something like this, because you get a pint of it for about the same price. So me rambling shit here, and I'm boring you all fucking stupid, I bet. So beer in a glass. I'll give it a bit of a swirl because it might be conditioned. Yeah, there's a few floaty bits in there. So in a glass, it's well and truly hazy. There are a few floaty bits in there. I haven't cleaned my glass properly by the looks of it, so I'm probably going to get told off by someone out there, because Paul's Beer Reviews. How are you, mate? How you doing, pal? Long time no see. Funny enough, Paul, before we get onto this beer that I'm going to do a quick review, I've reviewed I can't remember the fucking thing. Monkey from Mad Squirrel, a Kolsch. Can't think what the bloody thing's called now. And he reviewed it about an hour and a half ago. Monkey something from Mad Squirrel. It's a Kolsch 5%. Have you had it, mate? I'm certain you have reviewed it. I could be wrong, but if you haven't, fair enough. But I actually thought it was a blinding beer. Really good, and that's my first one from Mad Squirrel that I've had. So if you have had it, it'd be interesting. Obviously, I would have watched your video ages ago. Like I said, I'm certain you've done it because I've watched your video. But I could be wrong. But, you know, let me know what you think of it, mate, because it's been a long time. So it's a beer in a glass, as we say. Seven Brothers, Pale Ale. Hazy, bit of sediment in there. The head has died down a bit. So I'm going to give it a swirl, or try to, without spilling it, which I'm not very good at. and we'll go in on the nose, see what we get. A little bit hoppy. It's a little bit subdued, really. You do get that juicy aroma to it. And a little bit hoppy, but there's nothing hugely there. The stone fruit is sort of getting in the nose. But it doesn't smell offensive. It smells all right. So without further ado, let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, yeah, that's good. Just quickly. Paul's seen it. You seen my video. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Paul, I was really impressed with that. Always a bit dubious when these breweries do beer. I'm not sure if it was a beer just for the box. That's why I'm certain you've done it before or had it, or I thought you had. Maybe I'm wrong. But I always think when some of these breweries do beers with delivery companies or beer companies, when it's sort of like a collaboration, I always feel they maybe don't put 100% into the beer. But for me, that was absolutely top-notch stuff. Really enjoyed it, as you would have seen from the video. So yeah. Matthew Pierce, what's the Frankie Royal like? You like the normal one. It depends. If you like Franciscana Royal, and you think you would like it bigger, bolder, heavier, you'll love it. It's a much bigger beer than the normal Franciscana wheat beer. For me, the Royal, the first time I had that about 2 years ago, I think it was, maybe, yeah, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, blew me away. I thought it was the best beer on the Perfect Draft at the time. And even a mate of mine who drinks lager tried it and he was like, boom, outstanding. So yeah, definitely worth a try. Excuse me. Definitely worth a try, Matthew. I do apologise for that. Yeah, give it a go, because I highly doubt you won't enjoy it. It's just a bigger, bolder, a bit sweeter. It's just a big, richer Franciscana, and I think it's awesome. So yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. Ah, do they now? I'll tell you what, Paul. I mean that would explain a lot as well, because it was an outstanding beer, and I do need to get hold of more of that stuff as well. But you know, you know what I'm like, Paul. I'm always buying stuff. I'm always buying bloody kegs, trying to work my way through them, and I'm always picking up bloody beers, and I'm always getting beers bought for me. So I don't. The money's there to buy other stuff, but I'm trying to be casual and just ease it down a little bit so I don't go too nuts. Yeah, definitely worth getting a Tint Meadow, mate. That is fantastic. That is an absolute belter of an English Belgium ale. Honestly, Trappist beer, absolute brilliant. Well worth getting. I am the keg master. I try not to. Well, I wouldn't say I don't try not to be, but yeah, I like to get reviews out of that stuff, because it is all different. I'm running out of stuff on the Heineken Blade now, so unless anything new comes out, by the time I do Amstel, I think that'll be the last one that I'll maybe do. And then yeah, there's always stuff on the Perfect Draft to do, Paul. But I've got a few different kegs there, the 5 litre ones, and you know the ones that I'm on about. So they'll be coming up at some point. But I do try and get bottles, but I'm not a big drinker, so I do struggle getting through it. So anyway, about 10 minutes ago, I started a review of this Seven Brothers Juicy IPA coming in at 6%. Dear me. So yeah, like I said, on the nose, a little bit hoppy, a little bit juicy. A bit stone fruitness in there. There wasn't a lot going on. Taste-wise, it's a cracker. It's got a beautiful body on it. You can feel the weight to it. It says it's got oats in it. Yeah, you can tell it's got oats in that. The weight of this beer. is beautiful. It's not too heavy to drink, but you know you've got a bit of something in there. Carbonation is gentle, makes the mouth feel really smooth because the body's quite heavy. Gentle carbonation, it makes the mouth feel really smooth. Now you're getting that, again, similar to the nose, a gentle hoppy taste. You are getting the stone fruits. You are getting that big juiciness to it. It said sort of tropical on the back end. It is, but it's real punchy, I think, or real weighty and tropical sort of taste. Sometimes that tropical thing can be real watery, if you like. You sort of taste it, but it's gone. But this has got some weight to it, and it stays in your mouth for a while, and you really get the full effects of the beer, which is good, because how many beers do you get that sometimes you'll sit there and the experience is gone within the first 2 seconds of drinking it? This one stays there. It's a cracking, juicy IPA. It really is a belter. And the daft thing is, it's come in this pack that I've got, like I said. And I bet this beer isn't that expensive, you know, to buy. It's a 330ml. I bet you this is probably along the lines of a £182 can. And I actually think for what you're getting in that, that's as good as anything out there in the supermarkets. Yeah, I think that's a belter. I think that's a belter. So any of you watching, Seven Brothers Juicy IPA, give it a go if you see it, because I think that's well worth picking up. Really tasty. So I'm going to ramble on for a bit longer. I'm going to try and go through some of these comments, because I'm no expert at this. Oh dear. Paul's beer reviews. You haven't used your sub for ages. The range of beers ain't the best. I don't know. Are they just struggling with what's in stock at the moment, Paul? Because I always thought they had a really good range. They seem to, you know, some of the dearer ones. All right, you know, I don't know what you're going for. If you want to go for the cheaper ones, the more easygoing ones, but they seem to have a good range there. But maybe if they're out of stock and you're struggling to get them, I can understand why. But yeah, you want to get some more out there, mate, because you know they're going to get your views anyway. But you get plenty of views anyway, so I don't suppose you care, do you? Sounds like a good one. It is, mate. This is Seven Brothers. They have some good stuff out there. As I said, I've been to Manchester Airport. Not just the last time. I think I recall going just before lockdown. We went to the Czech Republic. Funny enough, it was probably about 2 weeks before the lockdown started, and they had Seven Brothers there as well. I'm not sure. It was an IPA, pale ale, one or the other, and that was a belter as well. And then we went last October, I believe it was, away. Excuse me. And not sure if it was the same one. I think it was a different beer, but again, it was another cracking beer. And this can as well is another cracker. They do some really good stuff, and it's, to me, it's all well worth picking up. You know, like I said to you, Paul, Seven Brothers. This is 3 beers I've had from them now. They've been great. So I'll be picking some of them up. And me saying, oh, like I said, what I meant to say was about the Mad Squirrel. Obviously, Seven Brothers, I need to pick some of them up. And obviously the Mad Squirrel stuff. I know you've done quite a bit of that stuff. So I do need to pick some of that up. There's just too many beers out there, you know. You know what it's like yourself, Paul. You just can't keep up with it all. It's a bit of a nightmare. Matthew Pierce, you sold your blade. Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, that was always the big thing for me. I'd been after a blade for ages, and I bought mine during lockdown for my birthday. The money was there. I had money there. I've been working weekends and shit, so I'm not just some rich person. But yeah, the lineup was always the one thing that irritated me about it, because the Perfect Draft had probably 30 odd kegs at the time when I started looking, maybe. And there was about 4, wasn't there, for the Blade? It was like Tiger, Heineken 0%, Heineken normal one, and Moretti, wasn't it? But during the lockdown, we started to get all these imports coming in. Brewery companies were getting all these different beers in, and that's what really attracted me, because it went up to about 13. And I thought, I'm happy with that. There's a bit of variety there, and it's only getting bigger now as well. So hopefully the range will extend. It is extending. We are seeing some craft beers on it now. So yeah, I mean, that's good for the consumer. Maybe in the future you'll end up picking another one back up again. You'll end up buying another one. I don't know. Right. How long do you normally wait for the keg returns to be credited? They got collected Monday. They say 7 to 10 days, Matthew. Hopefully they got collected Monday. Hopefully they would have been back at the warehouse by Thursday latest. Thursday latest, I would say. So that's giving you like another week after that. So, I don't know. I would give it. Give it till next Friday. Give it till next Friday, mate. If you see nothing, ring them up. Just ring them up. Don't go on the Perfect Draft group and say, "Oh, where's my bloody points?" Ring them up, or do the live chat thing. For me, Beer Org are pretty decent. I've got no major issues with Beer Org. I've had the odd issue, but very, very few and far between. You know, but if you get impatient, contact them. The simple thing to do is not go on Facebook or all these groups. Get in touch with them. But it should be 7 to 10 days, 7 to 10 working days. I think you should be credited, or even just 7 to 10 days. Normally they're pretty good. Sometimes they get a bit rushed and they get behind, but you know, just work with it. Beardy Beer Reviews. How are you, pal? I'm good, sir, mate. Yeah. What's the video? Oh, you've done a bit of a fancy beer review recently, haven't you? Earlier on today, I think it was. I can't think what it was now. I was just scrolling through and I happened to see it, but remind me of it. Remind me of it, mate. Thanks for the live. I've been over to Scott's. No worries, mate. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Hope I haven't bored you too much. Go and watch Scott. He's more of a professional than me. I just ramble on a load of bollocks. Cheers. Omnipolo. That was it. The stout, wasn't it? That was it. The stout. How much that cost you, mate? Just curious. Again, Omnipolo is something I've never had anything from. Never had anything from them. I know they're quite expensive, their stuff. They had that one, didn't they, in Morrison's, I believe it was. But I never managed to get hold of that. Like so. But, oh, ouch, ouch. That was a pocket wrencher, I bet. But ultimately, I suppose, if it's a decent beer, you kind of forget about it. I've got a few beers under my bar there. I was actually going to do one of them for my 50th birthday, but that didn't quite work out. So it's still sitting there, aging away. It was a local box. Yeah. You expect it, don't you? At the end of the day, their beers are going to be expensive beers anyway. As soon as you go to a bottle shop, you know you're going to be paying a lot more. Oh, you can't take it with you, Brett, can you? You can't take it with you, mate. So it doesn't hurt to have a bit of a splurge now and then, does it? I actually picked up this the other day, so don't worry, I'm not disappearing and leaving yet. I went out last Sunday with a mate for a couple of hours, and actually come home a little bit tipsy. I think got told off for being a little bit tipsy. But while I was in this one place, they told me they'd had some American stuff in. And they said, "Oh, it's expensive." I said, "Oh, I know it's expensive." But what I actually picked up was this from Allagash, the Barrel and Bean. It's a bourbon barrel aged triple, coming in at 10%, 355ml bottle, I think it is, 12 fluid ounces. That cost me £8.70. So obviously not as bad as you, Brett. Obviously, I didn't get stung as much as you, but yeah, I had a bit of a treat. And funny enough, me mate, we went to another pub afterwards that does all the craft stuff and shit. Now he doesn't, his missus will go out and buy him cases of Stella and shit, which that's up to them. I'm not going to knock them, but that's the sort of standard and price of beer that he's used to buying. And he actually picked up a couple in this bottle shop pub, if you like. I think he spent 15 quid on 2 cans. So yeah, that probably hurt his pocket a bit. Probably hurt his missus more than it hurt him. But he did say, because they're quite big cans, he's going to maybe pop over and share them with me. So that's very nice of him, very generous. So we still got 5 people watching. I can't believe it. I've done 1 beer review. Yeah, Brett's 100 quid on beer that day. Good man, good man. The way I look at it, if you can afford it and you're not leaving yourself short, as long as your bills are getting paid and everything, why not? Spend the money on what you want to. It's I spend way too much on beer. I mean, my last couple of orders that I've put in, I've been quite lucky because that mate that I went to the pub with, he comes over now and then, and he'll get down. He's had, since the World Cup, he's popped over quite a bit, so he's drunk quite a lot of my beer. I don't worry about it. He's a mate. It's, but he gave me 40 quid to order some more. I had a refund on one of my blade kegs because I thought it was dodgy. Excuse me for rubbing the eye. I thought there could have been an issue with it. They've refunded me the money for that. So obviously there must have been an issue. Otherwise they wouldn't have refunded it. So the Amstel and the 3 other kegs, the 5-litre kegs that I ordered, they were all free, really. It was a discount. I'd been refunded and the money off me mate covered that. And then obviously the 3 kegs that I ordered for the Perfect Draft, I had £85 credit on my account. So, obviously from keg returns and that, and I only spent 80 quid, I think it was. So I haven't, luckily, the sort of 7 kegs that I bought recently, I haven't actually officially had to pay cash for. And I've got some weekend money that I've earned, which is just sitting there. And there's going to be a couple of quid from YouTube as well. So I've got money sitting there to actually buy some different stuff, which is what I plan on doing for the channel. I want to try different breweries. I want to try different beers. So hopefully it'll make it interesting for everyone. But yeah, that's it. Are you asleep yet? Are all you lot asleep yet? You must be asleep listening to me rabble on. Yeah, I mean, I know what it's like, Brett. These craft beers are great. These big companies like AB, I can say this because I've got both the machines. AB and Bev own the Perfect Draft. They get slated for ruining beers or this, that, and the other, being macro. And Heineken, the Blade own Heineken. But in all fairness, there's a market for them beers, as I've always said. Anyone that's watched my Budweiser review for the Perfect Draft, it's 5%. It's not the same shit you get in the bottles over here. Yeah, it's never going to compete with a decent German lager. Of course it won't. It's never going to, because it's not brewed to compete with a decent German lager. It's brewed to be drunk 10 pints of or 15 pints of on a night out so you can keep going all night. That's what it's brewed for. And for that kind of beer, Budweiser really does it the spot. It does a good job at what it's supposed to do. And, it's like a lot of stuff. You've got to take some beers for what they are and what they're brewed to do. You couldn't sit down and say, oh my God, this beer is fucking amazing. Because this beer is going to be one you sit down, sup and enjoy slowly. Because that's the sort of beer it's supposed to be. It's not going to be one you go out with your mates and drink 20 fucking bottles of it, is it? It's one of them nice, easy drinking, nice casual sit down, relaxed beers. And like I say, every beer has its place pretty much. So you've just got to take them for what they are. So yeah, that's it. Heading off to Telford next summer. Jesus Christ, you don't want to do that, Mum. You left there, didn't you? Yes, the 5% Bud is miles better. I used to drink that years ago. Years ago. I actually drank 19 bottles of it in one session once. I would regularly drink 10 to 12 bottles of that. That would be... And it was a lot better. Now it's you know, the normal bottled stuff you get now is quite plain and boring. Like I said, the stuff on the Perfect Draft, it does what it's supposed to do, and I quite enjoyed it. I was quite surprised, really. I was expecting it to be fucking dreadful. I did have a bottle of it once. I went to a Perfect Draft convention about 3 years ago now, 2-3 years ago. And I didn't enjoy it. It was the first beer I had. I didn't enjoy it. And then obviously I moved on because I had all these Perfect Draft machines set up. I had 36 of them set up, all with every different beer on, and they actually had one with a cocktail in. So I just went around trying everything as you do. So the Bud was the first one. But actually sitting there and having it at home and actually thinking about it, you know, seeing what it tastes like and that, it actually wasn't, I don't think it was as shit as what some people have said. Yes, it's not a great lager, but for what it is, it was decent. So, oh, you're off to Telford to see some mates. Good man, good man. Hit the pubs as well. Look for a decent bloody bar as well. Not one of these, to be honest, probably the only decent bars around Telford you'll find are Wetherspoons. That'd be about the best you'll get. And let's face it, I don't think Wetherspoons is that bad for beer. So, 47 minutes. I've done a live food challenge. I've done a review of Seven Brothers Juicy IPA, which is well worth picking up, by the way. So if you happen to see this, I've got to get the camera right. If you happen to see this about, give it a go. 6%, really nice, easy drinking IPA as well. Even though it's 6%, it is very easy drinking, decent body to it, lovely flavour and everything. So yeah, well worth picking up. So I've been rambling on for nearly 50 minutes now. You've seen the spicy food challenge, some of you have. And you're all probably bored shitless with me now. So let's just quickly do Brett's, excuse me, also bottled special brew. Do you know what? I haven't had a Carlsberg special brew since I was about 21. Honestly, I've not had a special brew since I was about 21. And I can't even think it was a bottle or a fucking can. Probably a can, because it was always cans, wasn't it? That seemed to be for me. Yeah. So maybe that's something I maybe need to pick up, actually. Thank you for mentioning it, because I always need ideas for certain beers. So maybe I'll have a go at the old Carlsberg special brew. And we'll see what it's like. I can imagine it'd be like treacle, but you never know. Might enjoy it nowadays. When I was 20, it's a different kettle of fish. I'm fucking 50 now. I'm an old man, so it might be a lot better. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there now. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Brett, for all your comments, and mate, nice to have a chat with you. Glad you're well. Don't get too pissed in Telford, by the way. You know, or any other stuff. I'm not going to go down that route, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you all for watching, everybody. Much appreciated all your comments. Hope you enjoyed the food side of it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the beer review side of it. And that's it. I'm going to bugger off. I'm going to leave you all to get on with your Friday night. I'm also going to do another beer review after this as well. So enjoy yourselves, like I say. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you again on another live Baz versus Food video, and I'll see you on another beer review. So take care. Cheers.